Disagrees with experiment, it's wrong. And that simple statement is the key to science. It doesn't make a difference how beautiful your guess is. It doesn't make a difference how smart you are who made the guess or what his name is. If it disagrees with experiment, it's wrong.
Yeah, look, they said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, you know, I've been on a what? Mission. Go. Okay, let's get it. Got a little time on my hands like a wristwatch. I don't got time for the brakes and the pit stop. Race through the gridlock, take it like Chris Rock. Right to the chin, still win. Heavy metals like Slipknot. Got the drive and I got tunnel vision. I just hit my stride the way I run the business. I've been making paper like I'm Dunder Mifflin. See the end game, I got one division. Look, I don't ever bother with a critic. Hit him with a chronicle of Riddick. Boom, bottle full of Ritalin. I hit him with a little bit of riddle me this, riddle me that. My bad, fell asleep at the gas. No time to wait though. Elon Musk, I'm trying to bankroll. New Tesla just cause I say so. Electric whip like Ivan Van Gogh. I just did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, you know, I've been on a mission. Okay, let's get it.
I've been on a mission like totally spice. I'm a baddie, she bad, but she totally nice. Nails are blue and her toes feel like white. They completely match out at the soul for my life. They knew it for sure, but they...
What is up, party people? All right, so let me make sure this is going all right. Okay, so I'm going to use a new panel, so you guys are going to have to bear with me when it comes to getting on here and everything. I'll throw the link into the chat in a moment after I go through my what's up to everyone. What is up to it with? It is wonderful seeing you here. It's been a very long time. Making sure all my settings are right. What's up, Blue? How you doing, sir? Always good to have you here. Let me see. Okay, so I want to get into it pretty quick so I can get the panel open. There is something. Let me see if this works. I don't know how this works very well. I'm using the StreamYard. It is new to me. It's very weird. Okay. While at the same time using OBS. So. What's up, Gary? What is Gary saying today? Horizons are simple. Optical limits of our observer angle over the surface. Angular compression, foreshortening, Rayleigh criteria, visual effects. Okay, Gary. If you want to talk about it a little bit, Ken. I don't know if you have StreamYard. We'll see. What was I going to say? What is on the docket? Oh, okay. One, I want to talk about Duffy again, obviously. I know he had a interview, I think it was with, he had an interview with Jim from Debate Flat Earth and More. And I was talking to a few people over there about that interview. And it is very clear that a lot of people don't understand what's happening right now. Yes, it is a observation. The issue that I have with this being an observation under the guides to end flat Earth is, I don't like the way that looks. Sorry. Keep it like that. Fuck it. Do it live. Okay. Is the fact that a lot of Globers are running with it as if this is going to be a flat Earth killer. And the realization is I want people to, this is very important. I want you guys to understand that Duffy's beliefs, I consider less than flat Earth. And the reason I bring this up is because I wonder if all the support that Duffy's getting from the globe would be happening if everyone understood Duffy's true views on his motivation for this, and more importantly, his views on science. Yes, I understand that flat Earth is a big misunderstanding with how science works. But more importantly, or something that I think is even more deceiving, is his views. Duffy doesn't have it's a globe model. Physics explains this. Science explains this point of view. I'm not sure if people are hearing the bells and whistles of what's going on, or watching the interviews that he does, besides just the one of your own, the person you just like, because things start coming out. The first 10-15 interviews he did, this was all motivated by his friend Wendy from Facebook, and MC Toon came and debated somebody. By the time it got to my interview, which if you guys haven't seen it, go check that out. At some point in this, I will find the link and I will get that link to you guys. But again, in my interview, it was the first interview he had done in all that time, with all the Glober support he had. It was the first interview he had done where he had actually was honest about his motivation behind it. His motivation was clearly to stop flat Earth Bible literalists, right? The Earth is flat because the Bible says so. That was his main motivation behind going to Antarctica to do this. It's a faith-based reason, and at the same time, no big deal, unless you're not being forthcoming with that, because you know that the majority of the people you want the support from are going to think you're wrong. Going to think you're kind of cuckoo when you think about the realization of what we're talking about. The reason I say this is, hang on. The reason I say this is I'm trying to figure out, because I have someone here, but I don't know exactly how everything works. So I'm trying to understand what I'm clicking on before I click it. Okay, so the way Duffy is looking at this situation is the 24-hour sun will, and this is very closely, it will end in his head the discussion of flat Earth Bible literalists. The reason I say that is this. Again, if you don't understand, flat Earth, a lot of flat earthers that are religious say that the Bible explains that we live under a stationary Earth, immovable, with a firmament above it. The reason he doesn't like that is because those people teach a different faith and a different origin than he does. I say that because if you don't understand, Duffy is a young Earth creationist. One the red flags for me with this is one. I'll be honest. I didn't know what I knew what a young Earth creationist was. I've heard of it. Had maybe one or two conversations years ago about it, but I never understood exactly what a young Earth creationist is. If you don't, I will lay out the very blatant string, the very detailed, or not detailed, very layman's version of what a young Earth creationist is. Young Earth creationist believes the Earth is God created everything 6 to, I've heard 10, I've heard 12. I'll use 10 because that's the broad spectrum of it, or better yet, that's what Duffy says. So the Earth, or everything, I'm sorry, is 6 to 10,000 years old. The way, I'll leave that part for last. Dinosaurs walked with people. What else was there? There's tissue samples of dinosaurs that show that they lived 6,000 years ago. And if you want to in the chat, please add to this, because I am learning this. Literally, I'm like a weekend. What else did he say? Or what is there? There's the sediment argument. I know we've all heard. This is like the main one I've heard, where if you go to the Grand Canyon, or better yet, I'll let this explain exactly what the sediment.
Amounts of time are required to deposit that, cement it into hard sandstone and shale, tilt it, erode it. Your minimum estimates is hundreds of millions of years.
Don, thank you for your talk so far. Number one, your assumption was naturalism.
Yes.
And your second assumption was uniformitarianism.
As all scientists around the world are.
Well, not all scientists. That would be a false statement, so it would.
Well, all scientists I'm aware of.
Really? So you've never read any creationist literature?
Oh, I've read them. I don't count them as scientists.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah. So if you haven't heard that argument, the world flood, they find these little deposits, and because there's like some type of flooding, they go, look, sediment layer, not really how it works. That's the main argument that I've heard of. But this is the one that really threw red flags for me. Duffy, and this is 100% with Duffy. This is his words. If you need me to, I can play it. Duffy believes that the Earth. You know what? I don't want to F this up. Let's play it.
Yeah, so a couple of things. We have this weird situation where you've got people who are studying, the cosmos, and they're trying to figure out origins, where we came from, what happened in the past, because nobody was there. And so we have this weird situation where I believe God created the universe. And so when we're studying origins, we're actually studying what God did, right? And so if there was a Big Bang, which I don't, again, I haven't really studied that. I feel like it does have issues for sure. But if there was a Big Bang, I think it's possible we're seeing the results of what God did when he created. Okay, now I'm not talking about time. The time aspect is a whole mess in and of itself, because I believe God had the ability to create something mature. And so if God created something mature, you're going to have one person that says, well, it has to be this old, yet it's possible that it was just created, but it was just created mature. So I think that's a debate that will never be settled.
Yeah.
I do not hold to evolution. Maybe somebody can convince me of evolution, but evolution really seems silly to me. It doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense. And then the geocentrism piece, the only reason I'm going to consider it, and then I've considered it in the past, I've spent no time on it, okay, is because of Bob Enyart. Prior to his death, and again, I didn't understand it. I don't have a science background. I don't have an astronomy background. I don't have a cosmology background. But he was stating that there were observations in the universe that people were making that seemed to imply the Earth was at the center. Now, that would make sense to me from a theistic standpoint, right? If God is creating man and man is so important to God, man would be at the center. What I think people are misinterpreting about my statements is that geocentrism to me does not preclude a spherical Earth. So to me, if the Earth is flat, geocentrism could be true. And if the Earth is a globe, geocentrism could be true.
100%.
Yeah. So you heard it. I'm happy I played it that way. So that way you can I didn't have to paraphrase and bastardize what he's saying. But yeah, he has a very warped sense of how science works. Let me make this more clear. Flat Earth may have a warped sense of how science works, but from what I'm getting, young Earth creation literally bastardizes it. As you heard, he thinks that God. So when we look at the cosmic background and we see this thing we call the Big Bang, we see the way the universe is forming, and we make hypotheses and determinations and tests and observations. What ends up happening is they date that. And that means that the Big Bang event happens at this point in time. Then a span of time happens and Earth is created, things happen, and then life forms on it. He believes that all this that we see, that we observe, all the evidence that we observe is true. Right? All the evidence. Or he didn't really say, he just said he didn't understand the Big Bang that much, but the cosmic background, the universe, space, Earth, all that stuff is here, and it can be dated as far as he's concerned, right? Those numbers are fine. And the way he's justified that is by saying, oh, well, God made it that way. When he created it in those days, he said, instead of it being 6 days old, I'm going to make this and create everything on it at 4.5 billion looking years old. He calls it a mature Earth, or a mature universe. And I think that is very telling, because that is the same thing that makes him think carbon-14 dating doesn't work. But carbon-14 dating works because it only has this this parameter of what will work. It's very weird. When I say that, that means if carbon-14 dating can date organic matter, or the decay of any organic matter there, it would be between, I believe it's 10 and 55,000 years, if I remember correctly. And because of that, what happens is when they use carbon-14 on, say, a fossil, right, and that they find organic matter encapsulated in it, they will say, what creationists will say is that it only goes to 55, and if there is organic matter in there, it can't live past that. Therefore, if you find organic matter in a fossil, that fossil had to have lived less than. What he doesn't explain is that there are probably, if I remember, 6 or 7 different things they look for, and when they look into rocks, when they look at organic matter and its decay, they put that against other things. And those other things, their half-life, which is the important word, half-life, is much longer. That's how we get those million year things. And before anyone jumps at me for it, I understand that even when we say so-and-so fossil dated back 65 million years, that what they're really saying is that fossil was found, or this fossil was lived 40 to 80 million years ago. Because there is no fine-tuned way of going, this is when. What's up, nerd? What's up, real? What's Egg Glover Mom? How you doing? Basically claims nobody around at the origin of Earth, yet God created it. Yet nobody was around when God created the earth. Yeah, it's very odd, because it's like everything instantly happened, right? Or not instantly, those 7 days. But everything is aged as if what we think it is correct. It's very odd to me. But that's one of the things. And my boy, Mr. Stride, had pointed out a while ago that it's very odd that he is using the support of people who fully believe in science and how it works, right? And not being forthcoming about the fact that he doesn't agree with our science. He thinks our science bastardizes his religion. There are a lot of question marks to whether or not people understand who they are supporting. I brought this up over at Jim's last night, and it was kind of like if Ken Hovind or any of those guys, right, had came up with this trip, would you guys, the majority of people here are Globers, would you guys be just as supportive of this quote unquote flat earth killer? Ha ha ha. I don't think you guys would have. And I think that's one of the things a lot of people should be fucking really looking at, because he did months on months on months on months being able to not be forthcoming about what his true motivation is, which again is, and again, let me make this very clear. There have been rumors of his financial motivation. No. Motherfucker's a millionaire. I get millionaires want more money. Anyone who's made that kind of money understands that this is not where you make more money. And I'm sorry, the hundreds of thousands of dollars that maybe a few flat earthers or Globers that are involved in this have made, for a millionaire, that's still chump fucking change, and he's not interested in that. And again, motherfucker isn't asking for money. There's not one dime he is asking anyone to put forward to it that has to do with him. So in that respect, I don't think it's a money thing to him. When you have $1 million, when you have millions of dollars, and you also have a faith that rules all, right? Because again, he's a pastor, he's a young Earth creationist. His life is dictated 1,000% by his religion, his faith. $100,000 is chump change to a millionaire when it comes to making his opinion of faith concrete to another opinion of faith that he doesn't believe. This is nothing to him. So I'm just saying, yes, nerd, yes, he's a geocentric. Oh, that was the other thing I didn't realize, because again, it wasn't until this Duffy thing, until my interview with Duffy, that I realized that this Bob Inyard guy, and respect to him, he's passed away. I'm not gonna say anything ill about him. I don't go that route. But this guy, Bob Inyard guy, I didn't know that he was like a off the shelf with his ideas of how things worked, and he was very much against how science dictates stuff. Duffy, and that's Duffy's mentor. I didn't know that. When I was talking in other gyms last night, and I was talking to my buddy VV over there, it was like, yeah, and Bob Inyard's his friend, and he was like, what? He's like, you didn't know that? A lot of people didn't know that, and this is what I'm talking about. Jim just had an interview with him. I'm assuming on Sunday. I'm gonna assume Sunday because that was usually when Jim does it, or his non 24/7 stuff. I asked, like, did any of this come up? The stuff that I've said right now. And he's like, they touched on it for a second. That's by design. Duffy does that by design, because if Duffy talked about this, what I'm talking about right now, from the beginning, he wouldn't have the support. I don't think he'd have the support at all. It's not the way it works. Yes, he is a geocentrics. What's up, Robert? How do you know he has millions of dollars? Well, first evidence is he says he's a millionaire. Two, if you look at his, with all the stuff that's been going on, wait, hang on. What's up, Tex? Let me get Tex in here real quick. Hello. Can you hear me? Oh, wait, I am muted. Haha. Hello. I forgot I was muted on this end. Pretty sure I got everything set up. Tex, can you hear me? Guess not.
There we go. I can hear
There. Okay, awesome. Hello. Good morning. How are you? How is the hubby?
you. Good.
I don't know if you want to talk about that right now. Yeah, how's he doing?
He's doing okay.
Okay.
Little scary last night, but he's sleeping now, so
Okay.
overall we're good.
Okay. Good. I'm not sure. Have you been listening?
I have not. I've been running around this morning, so
I bet. Okay, so I was just going over the whole Duffy thing and the fact that he's a young Earth creationist, and I was laying out the fact that I doubt he would have the support from Globers if they understood his views on everything. And I kind of you've heard me before talk about it. The video that I played last stream where he was talking about how God made a mature Earth and all that kind of stuff, and then
right.
yeah, and then I was talking about last night. I was at another server, and I was talking to the server I was at. The host of it did an interview with Duffy on Sunday. So what ended up happening was, as I asked him, I was like, "Well, so did he talk about this stuff?" And he was like, "No." I didn't know. So you know who Ken Hovind is, right?
I know of
Okay.
him, yes.
I didn't realize it, but that Bob Inyard guy is kind of relevant, like, or was, I'm sorry, like that, where he had
Oh,
these such far off views of how things worked that he talked against a lot of physics, a lot of science, a lot of other religions.
right.
He was very very non mainstreamish, I guess, when it comes to things. And I didn't know he was actually like a relevant name, but no one over there at that at the server where that interview happened at had a damn clue that they were like they had any connection. And I'm like, dude, they were best fucking friends. Like, Bob Inyard was Duffy's fucking mentor. Like, they're real fucking close. So I was trying to get that. I was just explaining that to everyone, and really putting out the question to everyone is like, would if you knew this from the beginning, do you think it would have had the steam it has now? Because I know it wouldn't. I know for a fact it wouldn't.
Right. Yeah, I think that um I think it's very safe to assume that Will Duffy purposefully omitted that point in his rhetoric for the quote unquote final experiment. Because he did know. He did know down in his core that his belief system would affect this whole debacle in a negative way, pertaining to what he's wanting out of it. Um, because many Glovers uh, are staunch atheists, and even if they're not atheists per se, in the traditional sense, they are anti-theists in another sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I got a. Someone in the chat says, I don't see what's even wrong about the final TBH. Maybe I'm assuming you meant this
To be
to do.
honest,
Oh, okay. Okay. Uh, okay. Here's what I find. I
Sean's
don't.
old, guys. You can't use newfangled lingo with him. You gotta type out the whole thing.
That's what you're here for. You're my new translator because you're younger than me. Um, oh, I'm going to sidetrack. Before I sidetrack, squirrel. I just wanted to
Squirrel.
do the old man house update.
Okay, yes,
Okay.
please.
Okay. So
I
yesterday,
like the wolf in the background there. That's new.
That's, yep. Well, what you guys don't see is so there's that one, but there's also one right there. It's like a quilt. It's really small. And then behind me on the wall behind here is one that's probably 5 times bigger than that one. That's just splayed across. It's to try to, I put them up to try to bounce the echo.
We all have three wolves inside of us, Sean.
Oh, there's so many. Like, trust me, we're so wolf the fuck out here. It's crazy. You have no idea. I mean,
There's no
I
better sleep than the res blanket that's got the wolf on it, you know?
yes, we have a comforter that we like I said we are wolf the fuck out. There's a lot more wolf going on in this room than you guys see. And here's the other thing. I haven't set this room up yet. This room is the only setup in here is right in front of me. The computer stuff. Thanks to Tex here. This is the only thing set up. Everything I'm looking at right now, and that's within arm's distance in both directions. But I have a lot to do in here. This table of the desk that I built, it's originally for my train board, so it's a little too high. I'm getting a game chair, so I got to lower it.
Right.
I digressed. Here we go. Okay. That was close.
You had to geek for a minute.
Okay.
Look at my
So
cool things. Here,
you
while
guys
we're
can't.
at it, look at
I'll
my
show you.
cool things. So,
I'll show you guys. I'll show you the layout later on. So here's my grumpy old man thing update. So personally, I don't like when people come to my door trying to sell me shit. I understand what I need and don't need, and if I need it, I know where to look to find it. And if I can't do it myself, I will then call somebody. But what has happened is this: a girl, she is not so nice about this. I'll give you an example. A guy came over to find out, because we were homeowners, you guys need pest control? And My wife heard it first, like got to the door first, and I wasn't even here when this happened. So by the time I got home, there was an appointment, there was a quote, there was a schedule, but there was no concrete, nothing signed on the dotted line saying we're gonna do this, because she said I gotta wait for my husband to get home. So this is what happens. I haven't heard this yet, right? The next day, because I have an extremely flexible schedule, it was around this time of the day, I get a knock at the door. And it's this kid, maybe 20 years old at best, and he's got a good spiel. He's like, "Sir, notice you guys got a new home. It's been raining. You guys live less than a mile from the creek, and it's insect time. And I understand. And I want you to understand that I'm here for your help." I mean, he's got a good spiel. This motherfucker was in front of a mirror for a minute, and I was like, and oh yeah, and here's the thing. I think that every salesperson should get that first paragraph out, because they practice that shit, motherfuckers. Remember that.
Yeah, you
they practice
say that.
Hmm?
You say that until the Kirby vacuum salesman holds you hostage for 3.5 hours because you want him to finish his spiel.
No. They get a paragraph. I say a paragraph because they get multiple sentences, because I understand those fuckers practice that in front of a mirror, and I don't. That's fucked up. Let them practice that. But here's the thing: if it's not what I call revolutionary, if it's not going to change my life in some way, if it's not going to make me money, I already know my answer is no before I even answered the door. So this kid goes through his spiel, and I said no. I was like, "Nope, we're not interested. I can do it myself."
Poor guy.
I mean, like, seriously, like, this was a good 3-minute spiel. Now, mind you, I don't know this guy. This is just some guy at my door. So the second, okay, so I go, "No, not interested." And the look on his face was utter crushed. Like, it looked like
Just-
his first love.
He went from being like to
Yes. It even got to this part. I swear, I shit you not. This was the exact look on his face when this happened. "No, thank you. I can probably do it myself. If need be, you got a card, I can give you a call." And he goes, "Oh."
oh.
And he goes, "This isn't the blah, blah, blah residence?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, I talked to your wife and she said that," and was like, "Oh, I don't, no." And he has this, and he turns around and walks away.
Oh.
Now, this is what so she gets home later that day, and I find this out. She had made all those plans with this guy. She had made the schedule, was told what we were going to get out of it, the whole fucking nine. It was basically him coming back to see if she had got the okay from me. And if anyone does sales, that's actually a tactic. If a husband brings a wife in, it's gold to them, because it's like the convince game. If she wants it, then she'll convince him. And that's what he thought was going to happen. So she was like, he was so confident that he was going to get this job. And I went, "Oh," because he walked away like he was about to do some bad shit to himself. And so I made a rule. I said, "You're not allowed to talk to people when they come to the door anymore," because it's very easy for me to say "fuck off." So it sounds like I'm digressing.
I have a sign on my door. A sign on my door. It says, "No soliciting. Violators will be sacrificed to the old gods, not the new." And that's a pretty good deterrent in the Bible Belt.
Now,
Surprised.
Here's the thing. I have that sign. I refuse to put it up. This is part of the grumpy old man thing, because I enjoy this part. What I'm talking about now, I actually enjoy it. There's nothing this part I have not enjoyed yet. So
You're like, "Oh,
you-
yes, I love crushing the hopes and dreams of young 20-something-year-olds."
And this is why I told that story. So fast forward to last night. I think, matter of fact, I think I was fucking playing Scrabble with you, Tex, you and Pocky and everybody over at Medicinal Mass Media. So this happened. When I'm on, see these headphones? I don't hear anything. right? They're noise canceling. I don't hear outside of this room, and my door is closed. Yesterday the door was open. My dog is very responsive, so when she hears someone at the door, she alerts me right away. Her alert when I'm talking on here is the same thing to me as pet me, motherfucker. So I pet her and everything. I get done and I take the headphones off and I go out in the living room and she's like, Astrid didn't alert you? And I'm like, what? She goes, she didn't alert you someone was at the door. And I'm like, oh, that's what that was. And I come to find out, and I shit you guys not. Saturday at noon, I have a company coming over, and this all happened in 5 minutes. A company coming over to show me cameras, to show me a server network system, to show me recessed lighting that can go over my patio.
Ooh.
No, not ooh. See, you're the same motherfucker. You're just like my wife. God damn it. And she goes,
Just like your wife, right? Ooh,
yeah.
recessed lighting.
And then she goes, don't let me answer the door. And I go, you know what? She's fucking right. And she goes, I can't. And this actually pissed me off, right? She said this text. I want you to hear what the fuck now, you know the context. So understand this is not what you're going to instantly think, people. But this is how we have a very joking relationship. So I took this as a joke, but I was fucking serious. And it made me confused at first. Because the words out of her mouth were, don't let me answer the door. I can't say no to young men. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck did you just... Who the fuck are you talking to? So we have a rule.
I love your wife so much, Sean.
Yeah, so we have a rule now that she is no longer to answer the door. And I said that with context so people know it's not like, you can't answer the door. No, she's just not allowed to, because if she answers that fucking door, every day for the week I'm going to have people coming over to my house to sell me shit. It's fucking insane.
It's like when I tell my husband, don't let me order tacos. We don't have the money for tacos. Don't let me order $150 worth of tacos.
And in her defense, this is the same fucking reason, Tex, and this is directly to you. This is the same reason. If she sees Amazon on my fucking computer screen, she flips the fuck out on me. And so everyone understands what that means. These headphones, computer, the camera, the fucking light up fucking keyboard. Hang on, I'm not fucking done. Tex, I'm not fucking done yet. Not done. Hang on. What else?
No, I'm just saying, I almost made you buy a video hub. Remember?
Yeah. The fucking display port shit. All this shit was bought basically in one fucking night, because Tex was like, I have a good idea. Not sure if people remember. A lot of people weren't here for it. But what happened is the second, third, fourth live stream. I don't remember. If anyone remembers, I live streamed 8 years ago. I was live streaming again to start with that computer. Well, it finally fucking died. And it died in the middle of a live stream. So I was all pissed off. And Tex was like, you should get this. And then here's the crazy part. I bought it. I bought that shit within a second of her saying that shit. It was so impulsive that my wife forced me to return it. Not return it, cancel the order. And then...
Yeah, we wanted to get you the terabyte. And she said no. So we got you the 512.
Yes. And then what...
Terabyte.
So then what happened is my wife watched the live stream crash on the next day, and she was like, this is not okay. I see you're depressed. I see you're like going to do something stupid if I don't watch you and do a safe watch all night. So go ahead and order it. So then I ordered it like 3 days later, and it's here, and now I'm in love with it. But I digressed again.
Thank God for your wife.
Yeah, I digressed again. So I enjoy salesmen coming to my door only to crush their dreams. It is fun. That is my old man digression. I am sorry, people in the chat. It happens. I'm not sure if you saw that she clicked off her mic. Well, before I turned my mic on, we both smoked, so we're high as fuck, and this is what's gonna happen. But here's the thing. I take notes now, So what I was on before I started this digression, we can just jump right back into, because yes, Bob
Smart.
Inyard is extremely Kent Hovind-ish, to the point where I don't think any Glober would actually support this at all. I'm talking at all if we would have if he would have been forthcoming about it. And again, he's not, because even to this day, unless you directly say, hey, motherfucker, he won't say something. He won't be honest about it. So all I'm saying is figure out who you're supporting, because in my opinion, you're supporting something that is worse than Flat Earth. I think Flat Earth is based in misunderstanding and misunderstanding of how to use evidence, where young Earth creation is bastardizing science, nitpicking, cherry picking the shit out of science so they can feel all cozy and warm about that. I don't know if there's a God, but I sure as hell know that no one knows for sure. And you can't say that science is wrong and then say science is wrong in the same breath. It is very odd to me how he does it, and no one caught it. I'm going to open up the panel now. I don't know how this is going to work because I am new to StreamYard. I do enjoy this so far. My life is easy when it comes to figuring out what I want to do and play on here. I haven't paid for it yet. I'm on a free trial. Did people know that? You can get fucking 2 weeks of free business StreamYard if you sign up right now. I sound like a fucking advertisement, but it was just my astonishment that you get this opportunity. I'm really not advertising for him. I thought it was pretty fucking cool. But I think I'm going to do the StreamYard route just for the simplicity of it. But what people don't understand is I'm using StreamYard, but I'm really using my OBS. Ha. So yeah, let me see. Let me get the link out there. See what to expect. I have not looked at the chat. I apologize, people. I will look at the chat in a half a second. Say what's up to people. Glover Mom, nerd. What's up, C4? My brother from another mother. How you doing, my friend? Nerd has a video channel where he has proclaimed as God that the Earth is a sphere. It's several years old. It's awesome. Is that you're talking about Duffy, Glover Mom? Oh, I just okay. Yeah, nerd corrected himself. He said that Blue isn't old. He's just the last remaining eyewitness for the Big Bang. That is a fact. That's a fact. I mean, I've talked to Blue in private, and he explains this to me very well. Just kidding, Blue. Yeah. So now that we went through the Duffy rant, one of the other topics that I wanted to talk about that I know you are very vested in right now, and it actually coincides with my belief, and this is black holes.
Yes.
Okay. This conversation is absolutely inspired by what we watched last night.
Yes.
And
How did you like that video?
I'm going to be honest with you. The source of it, I don't like at all. I think he is a very pompous asshole. I think he bastardizes a lot of information on a lot of different uploads. But this one, he was basically just paraphrasing what scientists had said and done. So he didn't have the opportunity to give his opinion. So this one was actually a good one. I liked it.
Good.
But I'm not going to lie to you. This plays into our boy Totoro and the conversation we had last time, because he likes to poo-poo what I was saying very quickly. And I want people to understand, I play the dumbass a lot of times when I talk to really smart Globers. I do it on purpose because I have a very big issue with what I call ego arguments. And Totoro has it. Let's get something straight. I love the guy. He's awesome. He's very smart, and he has helped me tremendously understand a lot of things. But when you're having a conversation with people that are less of smart, there becomes a barrier that happens between understanding and hearing. Because I can repeat everything he said. If I don't understand it, it's pointless. But here's why I bring this up. Because we were talking about my simulation. And I want people to understand something. This is not my true model. This is my... this is my it works to a certain extent. Stop arguing it doesn't work at all argument. This is a good way for me to expose, I like that, when someone who thinks they're overly smart doesn't understand what's being said. Because the simple things that I was talking about with that sim model that I was putting up was 100% right. But because he didn't like it...
I think the video we watched last night... I'm sorry, Sean.
Go ahead.
I think the video we watched last night definitely does push for the rhetoric that you're stating here. You know, because if we can push past that singularity, then what you stated in your simulation is correct.
Absolutely.
You know?
And that's what I was going to say. Talking about this is it being the topic you're very interested in right now is the reason I brought it up. But the underlying, remember I was talking about being honest about intention and motivations, is because that plays within my simulation. But more importantly, 100%, people have heard this that have been part of the stream for years. I do believe we will find a graviton. The graviton is a particle. It's basically gravity particle style. It would have a positive and a negative. It would explain a lot. And no one jump at me because I don't know enough to prove anything at all. But along with that, my understanding of a black hole is that it takes in all the matter of a universe and on the other side spits it out and creates another universe. Yes, motherfuckers, I do believe in multi-dimensions. I 1,000% do. So I've been doing this research a long time. So when we were talking to Toro the other day, and he was just shutting down everything I was trying to say, because we did start talking about black holes and white holes and stuff, and he just shut that down right away. He was like, can't do it, can't do it.
At this point, it veers into philosophy, and I don't discuss philosophy, was pretty much what he said. And that's why I started asking him about it. That's why I drew up the little graph of the asymptotic lines and things like that, and was kind of explaining to him, and why I brought up, you know, the fact that our universe, our understanding of it is that it's a flat plane, things like that. Because like you were saying earlier, it's much easier to play coy and play dumb, because then you can catch where their weak points are in their argument, because they're explaining it to you. I feel like I'm able to gauge expertise a little bit better if I allow myself to be, you know, the love hearty fool in the scenario, so that individuals can articulate, and the better that they articulate, the more expertise in my mind they have, right?
Exactly.
People that know their shit are able to explain it well. And there's lots of flat earthers that can explain their shit well.
At least much better than the person that thinks they're too smart to explain it to people.
Yeah, exactly.
So hang on. So I have it pulled up, the main talking point that I wanted to talk about with this. And so everyone understands, the link for this video is in here. Let me get it. I want to put the link in, so if anyone wants to watch it at some point in time, they absolutely can. It is basically a upload from Veritas discussing what happens once you enter a black hole, basically. I kind of want to play it, but that guy's such a... This is kind of one of the things I'm talking about. There's a few of these guys. I would put them in like the Professor Dave category, where if you play any of theirs, there's a good chance they'll have you pull that whole upload down, or the whole thing down. I hate it, but I wish I could play it because it would make more sense to what we're talking about. But it's okay. I will just show this for right now. Oh, I love... So StreamYard's so convenient. Sorry. Okay. So the discussion that was being had in the upload was basically what happens here, which is what they consider to be the singularity. What happens here, which would be the event horizon-ish. I guess you would consider that event horizon. And everything that encompasses that. The best way for me to explain what they were talking about was in their terms, right? So everything traveling towards a black hole kind of does one of these. Then what it explains is once it gets to the event horizon, which is this line, the idea, and this is, I'm paraphrasing, I'm kind of shooting past it so we can keep going. But what ends up happening is you end up kind of going like this towards the singularity of a black hole. That is the mainstream prescribed interpretation of what next after the event horizon. Okay, the idea of this all bases around general relativity, and the notion that nothing can travel faster than the speed of light. This is the reason that nothing can escape the event horizon. Once it gets there, the light no longer leaves. We can't see that light. And vice versa, the gravitational influence is so extreme within the black hole that the light would never be able to leave the black hole.
Right.
So,
it becomes the Achilles and the turtle paradox, right?
Yes.
Where you're just having an infinite regression of time.
And that's why you know what we're going to do, Tex? We're going to take the fucking chance. We're going to take the chance that, I don't want to do that. Hang on. I'm trying to figure out what I just did with my screen.
We're going to do a thing that adults don't do anymore, and that's use our fucking imagination for a change. You know?
Yes. Okay. So imagine it's like a battle between getting into the event horizon and getting out of the event horizon. And basically, it's like this. I can actually do it. So the way they described it is at the event horizon, light is traveling. See, I'm happy I watched that. Light is traveling in this direction, right? And then once it hits the event horizon, it kind of plays this game where it sits battling, trying to get in and out of it until it can't. Until it will no longer, once it gets beyond the event horizon, it will no longer have that battle. It will no longer try to be going in both directions. It won't be able to. But more importantly, so what I was talking about, and this is fast tracking, what I was trying to explain to Tora the other day is that what I believe is that once you enter a black hole, or the center, or the crux of what's happening in a black hole, is this, a white hole. I fully believe this. I think this goes along with the graviton thing for me, where there's a yin and a yang, a positive and negative. Mm-hmm. I think there is for everything. It's just whether or not we can find it and have the situational awareness to identify it when it happens. But for me, that means there is a white hole. The white hole, to me, is literally, in my best way of explaining it, is the Big Bang. The Big Bang would be that you can call. I don't mind the singularity, because the singularity is to me explains the point at which these things are changed from this to that. One positive, negative, whatever you want to say to it. But essentially, on the other side of a black hole is a white hole. That white hole is the Big Bang to me. It is the beginning of a new universe. For us, it'd be the beginning of a new dimension. Now, here's why, hypothetically, we don't interpret a white hole. General relativity. And this was one of the big things that they were talking about last night on when we were watching that. And this is what I'm not sure if you heard me when I was talking kind of through the video, because it was like, told this, like, because this is what I was talking about. And mind you, the white hole idea of this, I thought about this before I actually saw it on like YouTube and all that kind of stuff. And then I definitely filled the gaps in because of understanding that it is a thing, or understanding the details of this thing. So when you're looking at the screen, it's obviously the opposite. But what ended up happening is the way they explain it, the reason things can't escape that event horizon, a black hole, is because nothing can go faster than the speed of light. Now, here's where things get weird. Now, the way it's explained, once an object is in that black hole, the gravitational influence of that singularity does take that object beyond the speed of light. Now, here's where my brain goes, ha. If the object in question, and this would be how you, or how this is how things get to the white hole. This is how things would get to the parallel universe in which the white hole created. Ready? And I know you guys aren't going to like this, but this is how I feel about it. If an object in our universe is traveling towards that black hole, and now here's the thing. If that object can reach above the speed of light, it will be going faster, fast enough to escape the event horizon, which means it will not enter the event horizon or the black hole. It will essentially skip the black hole if it's going faster than the speed of lightning, and that skip is what puts you in that actual universe, the parallel universe, the other dimension, in which your time, because it's going to be opposite of us, right? You can see it in the diagram, where time here does one of these. Here it does one of these. Negative time. I know it's fucking super woo-woo, but that's how I roll. That's just, it makes sense to me. I don't have any evidence except for what science explains about these things. But to me, that makes sense, right?
I mean, it made sense to me when I was watching the video. What you're saying lines up to what they were showing us in the original graphs. I wish you would have I wish you would have been there for like the first half of the video, because the first half of the video breaks down the actual graph, the mathematics behind it and things like that. And for me, this all, I know you're not necessarily religious, but I know that a lot of people find some kind of like familiarity in religious contexts. So for me, the way that they were describing it reminded me a lot of like Buddhism or Hinduism in the understanding that, our universe is essentially a tapestry, and all these points of singularities, these black holes, they're Atmans on the tapestry. They're the connecting points to this. Mm-hmm. And while Buddhism and Hinduism use this allegory as a way to kind of understand the complexities of the soul, it would stand to reason that with this understanding scientifically, that allegory could also identify in this instance as well.
Oh shit, what is up, Jose? Welcome, my friend. Did I put that link in the chat?
You did.
Okay. No, but I didn't pin it like I wanted to. There we go. Anyone wants to join the chat, you are more than welcome to. Let me see. Yeah, so to me, this makes more sense. And I was trying to say to you earlier, this is like kind of one of the things that gave string theory any weight. Because remember, for a long time, it was the Big Bang was the creation of the universe. That's how it was taught to me. Even if it was dumbed down because I was a kid at the time, the universe created the universe, or the Big Bang created the universe. But I feel that the understanding and the explanations for a black hole are based on general relativity says this, so we can't go any further. And I think that is a roadblock in science. It's not really a roadblock because science talks about this. I think it's a roadblock in this community of science. The people that talk against these type of things. Yeah, so it's one of those things where I hope people understand that this isn't like hogwash crap. This is definitely talked about. I definitely have my own views that I interject in it, but that explanation for other dimensions makes perfect sense to me. And if we can figure out a way to then go faster than the speed of light, I think this would be more than possible. I think going faster than the speed of light brings us into the realm of escaping black holes. In my opinion.
I don't know if we'll ever get to that level. I feel like at most we might be able to look past the singularity. But I don't see us being able to travel faster than the speed of light because we have mass.
Well, the issue.
And that
Well,
could be a really dumb thing to say because I'm high, but that's where my head's at.
well, here's the thing. We have mass, but how do I say? If well, one of the issues you said, look past the singularity. The issue with that is to look past the singularity, we would then have to come up with a way to be faster than the speed of light, so we can have a way to see the singularity.
Yeah.
Remember, once you pass that event horizon, radio, vision, nothing works anymore. So that would actually have to be what has to happen for us to see the singularity.
That's if you even get to the singularity, you know.
Well, I definitely think there is one. I just think the interpretation of what that singularity is where things start falling apart for people, everyone's understanding, right? Because we can't see it. I think saying the Big Bang has a singularity is almost far fetched. If it wasn't for the whole I believe in white holes, I wouldn't believe that. But at the same time, that's just one point and in a small bit of universe, because we don't know if the Big Bang did the same thing in everywhere.
Blue says we already see past singularities.
How?
I don't know. I wish you'd come tell us.
Because that would be like saying we can see beyond the or beyond the cosmic background, or saying we can
My
see
understanding is that we
inside the
can
black
see the
hole.
warping of the universe around the black hole, which is why we're capable of seeing the black hole.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't see the black hole. We just see the remnants of the effects of the black hole.
Right.
I don't know if you say remnants, because that would mean go away, but it's not. Yeah, but that's the thing. I also think that the Big Bang was just a event. Probably an event that happens all the time that we just can't see because of our event.
Yeah.
Our beginning of the white hole. But see, that's the other thing. If it is what I'm saying, then maybe I just realized that then the Big Bang is a singularity. I need to revamp how I think. Or maybe there are different universes spitting out and within the universe. I don't know.
Well, so like I see how this would hold up on a universal scale, but on a world scale, and I think that's where Totoro kind of took some issue, is because that is not the observable phenomena that we see in the world. It is observable phenomena we sort of kind of think we may or may not see in the universe.
But then how is he using that to shrug off what I was saying?
Oh, I don't know. Because he likes to argue.
But that's the thing though, if you're gonna argue, you gotta refine it so that everyone can understand it and it actually makes sense. Because like I was saying, like it's really good if you want to learn something and figure out how they came up with it and understand that part. But in a regular conversation of I thinks, like, and he made it clear he doesn't want to have those.
Yeah.
It's very odd to me because it's like him saying that about philosophy was so weird because Science is philosophy. What science wouldn't be science without philosophy.
Yeah.
I mean, they got
And a
whole
lot of
agencies
things,
designated to doing just that.
well, a lot of the things that they study now are based off of the paradoxes of pre-Socratic philosophers anyways. You know, there's something to be said about having the thought experiment itself. There's something to be said about looking outside of the box and taking a fresh glance at things and just participating in the thought experiment. I think a lot of people take this stuff entirely too personal, um, and it makes it boring.
It does. It makes it stale.
Yeah,
I I
it's
think
like,
what it
yay,
is.
let's argue over fucking refraction again for the 150th time this month.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you're going to have a flat Earth debate one of these days.
I'm not. It bores the shit out of me.
I
I
understand that,
like
but
this stuff. I like the black hole stuff. I like the thought experiments.
you
But
would make a
I'm not gonna argue with egos.
you would make a perfect flat earther.
I would too. That's the shame of it.
All right, hang on. How about Nerd says? How about the final experiment? But we send the flurf into a black hole instead of the south. That's so mean. So
Absolutely.
mean.
Let's do it. I volunteer as tribute. Throw me into the black hole.
Is that what you want? You want us to send you out there?
Yes, I want to scream into the void.
So we're no longer doing Antarctica people. We're now sending people to a black hole. See what happens.
I need 50 million off the bat for research right now. Let's crowdfund it. Let's get it
Yeah.
going.
Hey, Jose, are you ever planning on streaming again? Not you don't know. Jose was did live streams like this where he open panel. He's an ex flat earther as well. We basically left flat earther out in basically the same exact time. But he's a real good dude. Used to do these type of live streams before he stopped and I stopped, and then all the good live streams ended up dying because of us. Thanks to us ending our open panel thing. Be nice. Arwen's such a good dude. I like Arwen. You really should, man. It feels good to be back. I can tell you that much. And then plus, if you start streaming again, there, when I post my links in your server, it doesn't just look like a server full of my links. But for real though, it'd be good if you came back, man. A lot of people miss you, man. But let's see. But yeah, we can keep talking about black holes. We can talk about Duffy. Open topic, people. If you want to jump in and have a topic to talk about, that's more than fine. I don't mind. I like Arwen. Arwen is good people's. I got yelled at for donating to Arnold. Or, damn, Arnold. I got yelled at for donating to fucking Arwen's channel the other day. Which is funny to me. I don't think I should get in trouble for that, but I did. I guess the other topic that to throw in is the Trump thing, because that's getting to become a true shit show.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Well, here's the thing about that. Because I will say this in happiness. The whole the shooting didn't happen type bullshit is going away. That is not as it's not as bad as I thought it would be. I
People
thought
were saying the shooting didn't happen.
Oh my God, Tex. Man, you need to start going to some of those links I send you to. Because, yeah, in the very beginning, there are still people that are saying that it was staged. There are people saying that the shooter was MK Ultra. He was hired by Biden. Yeah.
What's next? The Pinkertons? It was
wouldn't
all the Pinkertons.
I wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't doubt it
Calling
at
it
all.
now.
And here's the thing. I have a very what the fuck view about it. I think some shady shit was going on, but I can't. I will never run with the auto hoaxers of the world. Let's keep this up straight. I've said this before. That dude was fucking nuts, off his fucking rockers, and people off their rockers do stupid shit. So that's covered. He doesn't need MK Ultra for that shit. Second, he was a horrible fucking shot. I say that because one, you don't fire that many rounds and miss your target so miserably, and don't even give me your opinion. I don't care.
Facts.
The Secret Service, and here's where the problem actually starts for me. I have looked into these things quite a bit before, and I know for a fact that it is very normal for multiple snipers teams to be part of Secret Service and an outdoor event. The reason for that is because one sniper team can't look at everything. So for one, it was very odd there was only one sniper team there. Two, who the fuck said a 400 foot perimeter was the way to go? The odd part is usually those perimeters are set up, and this is very important you understand. Those perimeters are set up for potential threats within. So if there are potential threats at 500 feet, the protection zone becomes 800 feet. So for some odd reason, the protection zone was 400 feet, which is, again, protection zone is supposed to make things not as possible, meaning like make it harder for a rifle to do anything if need be. So 400 feet was an issue to me. The one sniper team was an issue to me. The response time by, I guess, and I found this a couple of days ago, the response time of that police officer does seem normal to me because cops are cops and not Secret Service. I bet that dude had a lot of panic in his head, in his brain when he had a rifle pointed at his face. We don't know if he radioed it in, but we do know from the time that cop saw him to the time the shooter was put down was about 1 minute and 20 seconds. To me, that's too long. And the worst part is the sniper was staring at that fucking roof. He may have been looking down too far, but how do you not see a guy and take him out? I think the response time was something to be questioned. I think the issues that Trump has had with Secret Service should come into question. But when it comes to what happened, it all boils down to this. Trump is extremely lucky. That guy was a bad shot. Trump is probably, and I said this before, I don't know, I didn't say this, I don't think I said this on the live stream, but I'll say it on the live stream. That motherfucker went home after that day, and he fucking jerked off for 36 hours until that next golf thing he had going on Sunday. Yeah, this is an ego pump for him. He escaped death. He has been handed the presidency. I repeat, he is the president. He's going to be the president now, period. There's no way anyone else is going to be able to come up with the rhetoric enough to beat, I survived for this country. It's not going to happen. So, get ready, people. Trump. More Trump. It's going to be very embarrassing. But hey, it's embarrassing regardless of who the fuck gets in there. And that's what I want everyone to realize. Turn around. There's something else going on. And that's what I wanted to bring up, the reason I talked about it. So, and I don't think this has anything to do with it, but I think it's very telling that it happened, and it happened in this sequence. You know that the night before the Trump attempted assassination, that I think it was $6 billion mysteriously up and disappeared and was lost in regards to funding Israel. Like, no one knows where that money went. No one knew where that money was. No one knows where $6 billion is that was allocated to Israel. But it definitely went somewhere. But no one knows. And the funny part is the media is not talking about it at all. At fucking all. Not even a smidgen of it. Here's another weird thing. I've noticed, and I live in Texas. I live in the place where I consider to probably be the most American place in the United States. Or I'll say in the world. I'll say in the world. How about that? How's that for bold statements, right? Get it? Is a joke. Um, no one's talking about the Trump thing. I guess it didn't. Again, it's gonna put him in the office, but it didn't unite America. It didn't worry America like I thought it would. Like people are talking about it primarily on YouTube because it's gets you views nowadays when you put a big Trump bleeding on your thumbnail. But other than that, it's not really that big of a thing, which is very weird to me.
I disagree. I've seen plenty of uptick in the Trump supporting. I've seen weird banners being flown now more than ever. Like there are newer. There's the Trump 2024 flags, and now there's these new all red and white Trump flags. And I didn't read the motto on it, but I know it had something to do with it.
Hmm.
Um, there's there's a this is awful. There is a sundown town here in Texas,
Yep.
right outside Dublin, where they used to make the Dublin Dr. Pepper.
Mm.
And I want to say it's called Heiko. And for many years, it was home of the Coffee Cup Cafe. Well, now it's also home to a very beautiful Trump mural on the liquor store. Um,
Oh,
they
jeez.
love their Trump there. So,
Well, I'm not sure. Actually, I think it's
but that
well,
has
it's
nothing to
actually
do with the gunshot. But to say that Trump has not been prolific, or that we won't see, a lot of Trump supporting Texans go buck wild in the next few weeks, or as it gets closer to election, I think that's a bit of a stretch.
I think it's I just I guess I expected a different response from the world. Flags half staff, businesses closing
I mean,
out
there's
of
a
respect to
lot.
Trump's recovery. Have you been to Beeville?
Nuh-uh.
There is a Trump burger there.
Oh,
You never seen this? Oh my God,
no.
I've seen it. I was gonna go there, but they have really weird hours. Hang on, let me find it real quick. It's amazing. I can't believe you never saw this place. This is a real place. I have been to the door. Trump. There it is. Yes, this is a real place. 100%. I don't like. I gotta do something. I hope you guys don't care about that chat because it's annoying the fuck out of me. Um, yeah, this place is real. Supposedly has the best burgers. I can't do his voice, so I'm not even gonna try. Yep, that is a real place, and it's in Beville. It's Beeville, or it's Belleville, but they call it Beeville. It's another Texas issue of grammar that I think is funny as fuck. So ridiculous. So like that is Belleville, right? Bellville. Belleville. Nope. To
Did
them
they
it is
say
it they will
Beville?
every single person that says Beeville.
Beeville.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting how Texans just refuse to adhere to grammar. It's fucking crazy. I agree.
Uh, okay, it's over there by Sugarland and stuff.
Yeah.
Wow, it's really close to Houston.
Yeah, and the mother-in-law, when we go up there to get a bunch of ceramics, she has like friends in ceramics up there.
Oh, it's near
And we pass by
Brenham.
there. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I've never been to Beeville, but I've been to Brenham.
Okay, so you weren't too far from it.
I think Brenham's where they make the ice cream. the Bluebell ice cream?
No clue.
All right, I'm sorry. I'll sober up. Promise.
No, you won't. You're lying.
I am.
That's the whole reason this camera is turned off right now. Just to smoke. Anyway, let's see. Blue says, I live in Tennessee. If it wasn't for you, for us, the Texans would live in northern Mexico.
He didn't say Texans. He said Texicans.
Texicans.
It's very specific.
It
It's a
is.
very
It actually
specific
is.
insult. I'd be fine with living in Mexico, actually.
No, you wouldn't.
At least then I'd have health care.
Yeah, you would have health care. I mean, they have Band-Aids and stuff. Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Compared?
Most
Are you serious?
most poor Texans go to fucking Mexico to get their dental work done. I'll have you know.
Yeah, they go there to get their fucking teeth pulled. I know. I know how this. No, just so everyone understands. Here
We
in
go
Texas,
there for our cigarettes.
yeah.
Okay.
So this is what happens. This is what I've seen. This is how it works in Texas, as far as I've seen. You live your life until you're about your 40s ish, and you take care of your teeth. But something happens between 50 and 70, where the second one tooth goes bad or falls out, for some odd reason they go, fuck this, just pull them all. I've never seen so many teethless people in my fucking life until I got to Texas. It is normal here.
Thankfully, I have all of my teeth.
Well,
For now.
you're also extremely young.
For now. Yeah, no, it is weird that you say that because that's what happened to one of my old bosses. One day, one of her teeth fell out, and then immediately, like 4 more fell out.
Yeah, and
It's just some kind of like, I don't know.
and it doesn't
It's
stop
weird.
there. This is the weird part. It doesn't stop there. Typically, people get like gallbladder surgery and get stuff replaced. Here, it's like the second something happens with your intestines, get a bag. Just throw a bag on it. It's like, that song, Put a Ring on It. It's like, if you're old, just put a bag on it. What the fuck? Like when I had my gallbladder duct surgery months and months and months ago, their first like they literally told me, they're like, we're thinking a colostomy bag. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm good. I'll just be in pain for the rest of my fucking life. And then they were like, no, we're just gonna put a stent in it. Just kidding.
Wow.
I'm like, I'm too
That's
young
weird
for that
because
shit.
my mom had her whole gallbladder removed. And my grandmother had resection surgery. But yeah, I honestly, not to be that conspiracy theorist, but to be that conspiracy theorist, I think it's got something to do with our water, like the pipes that we use.
I wouldn't doubt it. I can only imagine. I know in San Diego, the pipes
Because
were
we still
still
use copper
asbestos.
pipes.
Yeah, it's bad. There's a lot of extremely old and needed repair water system running through Texas, and I realized that right away because there's so much old land that you can't get. It's impossible to get away from crap water here. That's why when you drink it, I don't know if you noticed it. I don't drink tap water. I used to drink tap water
I was
all the
gonna
time
say,
in
you're
San Diego.
drinking the tap water?
It tastes like no, hell no, I won't. I have, but I stopped because there's something I've been in construction my whole life. I'm 43 years old. I've been in construction, like doing construction, not just on a construction site, but working since I was fucking 9 years old. So I understand what happens when these type of situations like cracked pipes, leaking, and all that kind of stuff happen. I have a good grasp of it. If you taste dirt, silt in your water, somewhere along those lines, the pipe is deteriorating. Or it has a crack in it that's not sufficient enough to actually, burst. But yeah, don't drink the water if it tastes like that.
So Blue said something, and I do want to address this. He says as you age, you lose bone mass in your jaws. It doesn't matter how well you care for your teeth. Yeah, that's true. And I think it's important to understand that down here, it is very, very hard to get dental work done because dental is not a given thing for your healthcare. It's an additional cost to your healthcare. And a lot of these individuals made too much when they were working to be able to qualify for dental care in retirement. And so they just go without.
And again, I know for a fact because the mother-in-law. I'm pretty. Some of you guys have heard these stories. um, when I got my wisdom tooth, a tooth pulled, and then I ended up getting a toothache after. Like she was like, just have them pulled. Like, excuse me. It's just, I should have like if one or two teeth go out, like they're like, oh, this is gonna be a progression. Just do it all now. No need to let them all. No need to wait.
Yeah, I don't know why she'd tell you to pull your teeth. I
Cause she, cause she thinks the best thing in the world. What's weird is I've asked her for gum. I've asked her what toothpaste she used. I've asked. There's like so many questions you ask someone not remembering they don't have teeth and that they don't ever need it. It's fucking weird. Like I didn't realize like yes, people with no teeth like are supposed to brush their tongues and stuff, but like there's no point in brushing your gums. like they're like what they do is basically just use mouthwash. I didn't
yeah.
know those things. Well, you kind of have to logically realize it once you think about it, but you never think about those things.
You know, another thing is like, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna say that.
Yes, you are. Say it.
No,
Say it. Say it. You
meth's
have to
real
now.
big down here, Sean.
Who?
Methamphetamines are real big down here.
What? What are you talking about?
Meth is huge down here, and when you do meth, you lose teeth.
Yeah, but that's different. A meth head is more than willing to be their own dentist. That so it's not an issue to them.
My
I had friends that that
sister
have done
got
that shit.
this is the shit that pisses me off. My stepsister, right, from my real father, um, she meth head since she was 14, lost all her teeth, got a full set of implants pro bono. How the fuck does that work out?
Yeah, a blue because Blue's talking about get the implants, not the dentures. Yeah, the mother-in-law didn't get implants; she has dentures,
Yeah.
and I've only known her without teeth. So when she got them, I know Tex remembers this. So when she there are these times where she puts them in when I go over there to help out, and it's super fucking awkward, bro. Super fucking awkward because she doesn't look like the same person. She looks like she's always grinning at me, like with like a surprised look. Um, but yeah, dentures and like they fall out sometimes. Super weird. Playing music. Am I boring you that
Boring.
much, Tex? Damn.
No. That sounded so fake. No,
Yeah,
you're
I
not
did.
boring me.
I was waiting for you to say no and then say something, but you were no, 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 no.
No, somebody commented on something and I'm trying to see what the comment is, but Facebook won't let me see the comment. So,
Facebook or YouTube?
anyhow, Facebook.
Oh, you're talking about in your real world.
I'm ADHD. Okay,
Oh, I
I'm
know.
doing four things at once consistently.
Well, the problem is I ran through my fucking list too fast.
I'm sorry.
It's your fault.
You're not going to get any opposition from me.
Well, we're gonna argue about something. I'm gonna make sure of it.
Okay, we can argue. What do you want to argue about?
Let's see. Let's argue flat Earth.
No, I don't want to argue about that.
So you're conceding. You're conceding, right?
No,
get to
I'm
win?
arguing that I don't want to argue about that.
Yeah, therefore you lost the argument.
If that makes you feel better about yourself, sure.
That's what a self-proclaimed win is.
Okay, well, you can proclaim it wrongly.
Wait, what?
I don't have Instagram, thank you.
Wait, could you reframe what you just said? Because that was weird. Hang on, I'm out.
You can
Reframe.
self-proclaim your win wrongly.
That's not right. That doesn't sound right. Something seems wrong with that.
I think it seems just fine.
I feel like we need to go to
No,
English
okay, yeah,
class.
let's argue, right?
Okay. Let's argue. What do you want to argue about?
I don't know. I think we have the pretty much the same standard across the board when it comes to politics. So we can't argue politics because we're just going to end up agreeing again.
That did happen.
This is what happens because we were both born in July.
Yes. Very close, actually. Within 2 days. I was very surprised. I was like, wow. Small birthday worlds.
Right?
See, the
Yeah,
problem is
I ain't got nothing, Sean.
Well, because I had planned to play that video, but then I decided I didn't want to. The one we were watching last night, because I don't want to get taken down.
Yeah.
And they do that still. Fuck. I don't care. This was more, for me, it was more testing the StreamYard. I love it. I love StreamYard. But I'm not going to use it like everyone else. I just want to use it as a panel. It's worth it to me.
I wonder why nobody wanted to join the stream today.
It's one of them days.
Bunch of cowards. Bunch of cowards.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. Okay, just remembered. Okay, so this is, I have a new series that I'm going to start doing. I'm actually fucking super excited for this, and I don't know why, because it is literally just me talking shit to me. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically rewind the clock, and I'm going to basically go back into my archives, and I'm going to
do react videos to your videos. That's going to be hilarious.
Yes, I want to do reaction videos to me when I was a flat earther, and I thought that would be fun. But again, it's not going to be what you guys think it is, because I was probably the most rational flat earther you'll ever come across, in my humble opinion. I made it very clear a lot of the times that I was not the arbiter of truth. I made it clear that nothing was flat earth proofs. So it'll be fun, but it's not going to be the derp that you guys are so used to out of like Gary.
I'm going to laugh super hard if you end up getting convinced by your past self to be flat earth again.
Wow. Do you think that's possible? Do you think that's possible? That hurts my feelings.
Depends on how high you are when you're watching the videos, yeah.
Well, I'm going to be extremely high. That's for sure.
You're going to be like, well, I've got some good points right there. Those are some very good points, I think.
And I'm
I
being
gotta
serious.
reanalyze that.
After this stream, I'm actually going to the local dispensary shop place, and I'm going to buy one of those little mini bongs because it'll get you higher. So
did you find a place that doesn't charge you out the ass?
Yes, I found a person. back to the bad route, but it's closer. It's closer, and I don't have to wait until 1 o'clock in the morning to get it. It was all the spectrums of crap to be able to get some fucking marijuana. It sucked. I can do it legally and get charged out of the ass, or I can do it other than and have to drive very far. I didn't like doing that. But it's starting to be solved. Now my source is very close. Don't mind me. I'm just looking through stuff, trying to figure out something to play.
What do you think about all that shit going down in Houston right now?
The flooding and stuff, or am I missing something that happened?
The center point stuff. The fact that, they've gone through 2 hurricanes, they've dealt with this before, and still they let 2 million people go without power
Yeah,
for days in the
yeah.
middle of summer.
The biggest issue with Texas is the same thing that everyone boasts the confidence about Texas on. Texas's independence. The reason the grid is such shit is because Texas doesn't want to share. They don't want to be friends with New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Alabama or Louisiana. I'm sorry. So they stay within their grid, and it's becoming so inefficient that when one area goes bad, it goes really bad. We saw that during the big freeze, quote unquote.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, well, that's the same situation where it's an infrastructure that's just not set up for it. So if your grid's deteriorating and you're getting super old, what ends up happening is one day it shuts down and it just does not turn back on like it's supposed to.
See, but this is my issue, right? That is my whole point. Is if we are supposedly using this privatized grid because it's supposed to help um, keep costs down for the people, where is the money going? Why are you not investing that income back into your grid? Why is the infrastructure failing in the first place? Why are we having such an issue with infrastructure in general in this fucking state? Why is Dallas one giant fucking pothole? And I
Well,
don't mean like little itty bitty potholes. I mean like you're gonna fucking break a boot
yeah.
going over these fucking potholes.
Well, here's the thing with the grid, and it's just like a double-edged sword when it comes to grids, because this kind of happened in California, but not really. But it's bigger here. So you imagine, so you have the three grids. The three grid systems in Texas. They're all old and they need retrofitting. So here are the options. It costs too much money to retrofit it and keep it isolated. So the next option would be spend less money, but then integrate yourself into other systems so that when shit hits the fan, the load isn't so extreme. The problem with that is that takes away from Texas's independence that they love so fucking much. So
And it goes back to the fucking lost cause narrative bullshit once again. Like I don't think you understand how deeply that narrative is ingrained into our society here in Texas, because they think for whatever reason that should we decide to succeed from the United States once again, we should be completely reliable on ourselves. They think that we're going to be able to keep all of the National Guard, all of the fucking energy that we have, all of the crop, all of this, all of that. And it's just not going to happen. That's not how it fucking works. If we decide to succeed, that National Guard's going to turn on us inwardly, because it's not the Texas Guard, it's the National fucking Guard. But they want to believe that stupid fucking rhetoric in their head that if we succeed from the US, then we'd have a fighting chance in hell of being able to keep our independence should we go to war.
I want to make something very clear, Tex. You were wrong. The National Guard is Texas's army.
It's not.
It is. It would
It
be
is
the only.
funded by the.
Go ahead.
Where is its funding coming from?
State level.
I'm gonna look it up.
Please do. The National Guard is literally the governor's army. It's designed for that. It's designed for the states to go, what if the federal military goes apeshit? Well, make your own fucking army. Make your militia. They get support by federal, obviously, but no,
yeah. You think that support is going to stay? No.
No, fuck no. But
do you think any of the other federal support that we get is going to stay? No.
No, of course not. But if if there was a
Do
state
you think we
capable,
have a fighting chance in hell? Even if they keep the National Guard, places like Fort Hood, where actual military is staying, and not National Guard, but you know, federal military is staying. They're not going to stay in Texas and fight for Texas.
no, they're gonna. It depends. 'Cause here's the thing: the idea that our federal military is going to go to war with any National Guard military, get that out of your head. It's not going to fucking happen. Too many families.
Why not?
Too many people have families in the National Guard that are in the military and vice versa. And that's
We
just
had a
just
civil
one
war with
aspect.
brother fighting brother. People
Yeah.
will fight for whatever they fight for.
Yeah, how long ago was that?
Not as long as you think.
No, I didn't ask you what I thought. I asked you how long ago it was.
When was the Civil War?
A long time
1800s?
ago.
It's not as long as you think.
Well, it's not as long as when the dinosaurs were here, but it's still a very long time ago. That and the fact that we technology, firepower, all those things have changed. I think it's less than likely. The issue I think would happen, and again, our and this is our military is absolutely unstoppable and great when it comes to outside our borders. But inside, there becomes a conflict of interest. And the first thing that happens is a divide in that federal military. There are going to be soldiers that are gun-ho. Everything about the military is great, and I'm going to follow every order. And then there's the other half that's going to be like, I'm not imprisoning my family. And that's also what happened in the Civil War. That happened. There was a lot of defects. There was a lot of that happening because a lot of people didn't want to kill their own family. They didn't see the reason for it. I think that's even more prevalent now. But
I
what
think
you
that
do,
you're an idealist and it's cute,
oh no, I'm not
but
at
it's
all.
still
Oh
being an
no.
idealist.
Oh no, it's not. Because now I'm gonna give you the crescendo of why I said what I said. Because the ones that we actually have to fucking worry about, the ones that will kill you and your family, anyone in the National Guard, anyone in the federal military, and that is a private military. Guns for hire. They will do whatever it takes for the contract. They are only loyal to that contract and their brothers in that organization. Because you remember when the Afghanistan war, Iraq war was going on, and we started getting shit back that military guys were running fucking civilians over in tanks and Humvees and shit.
Yeah.
Those were private military. Those were not federal soldiers at all. Not one incident was like that. Those were all private militaries because they follow their own rules. They don't have to follow the Geneva Convention. They're not unless they're contracted. They're not backed by those rules and regulations. And that stands for the United States.
Okay.
They don't.
So my point still stands. Texas would not be able in today's society to succeed successfully from the United States of America.
Nope.
And that rhetoric.
That was
rhetoric.
Hang on. That was a
is the
distinguishment.
issue.
No, Tex. That was a distinction between if war started. Texas is completely capable of seceding from the United States. Militarily, it would be a bad idea. That's about it.
They are not capable. No, they are not.
Why?
They have
Why?
multitudes of reasons.
Like
Cost
what?
being one of them. We would
What?
cripple ourselves.
How? Wait.
Federal
Hang
allocation
on.
for transportation for the following: $27.5 billion for bridge formula program, bridge replacement, rehabilitation, preservation, protection, and construction program. $7.3 billion to promoting resilience operations for the transformative, efficient, and cost-saving transportation program. $6.4 billion to carbon reduction program to support projects that support a reduction in transportation emissions. $5 billion to electric vehicle charging infrastructure program to provide funding to the states to deploy EV charging infrastructure. $42.5 billion for broadband, with an additional $1.5 billion for state digital equity capacity grant program, $1 billion for cybersecurity, $250 million for energy efficient revolving loan fund capitalization grant programs, with another $2.5 billion preventing outages and enhancing resilience of the electric grid grant for the states. to upgrade transmission infrastructure, 15 billion to water revolving funds, 4 billion to drinking water state revolving funds, 1 billion to clean water state revolving funds, clean bus school program, 5 billion, and that's just one page.
Do you think that all those things that you just listed, that is the actual cost for those things?
That is what the federal government is giving us.
Okay, now understand this. Why wouldn't Texas take that if they have the opportunity? And do you think it actually costs that much money and that money is actually spent on those things?
It's spent on a good portion of it, yes. Now,
Well,
sure, yes.
but hang on,
sure,
time out,
yes.
hang on,
Hold
hang
on,
on,
Sean.
stop, no, the con, I mean the con.
Hold on.
All right.
Let me speak. Listen, I am fully aware that the states have the right to take funding and allocate it to other things within their own state legislation and the costs that they incur from that.
Okay.
Okay? I'm not saying that they don't take it and use it elsewhere. The point is, they take it. We are financially dependent on the U.S. in some way, shape, or form, and you are not going to sit here and pretty talk your way out of that fact.
Okay. So when I said, oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. I got sidetracked by someone in the chat. When I said, damn, fuck, I got to do something about. Hang on. Hey, if anyone in the chat, Blue, I know you're here. If the fucker that just typed in the chat, if he starts advertising his channel, just block him, please. It's so annoying. What was I saying?
I said succeed.
Okay.
I have a twang, Blue. That's mean.
A twang.
You have a twang too, so I don't want to hear it from you. If you come in here and say succeed, it's gonna sound the same fucking
Time
way.
out. Do I sound Texan to anybody in the chat?
No, not at all.
Then what twang are you talking about? Because yours is noticeable. I don't think mine is. I just sound different to you.
I was talking about how Blue was saying it's succeed and not succeed. And it's just like, for me, it's the same as saying crown and crown. Mm-hmm. I'm saying different things. Y'all can't hear it. That is not my fault.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Hang on a second, Tex. All right. Brandon. I'm not going to let you on my panel because every time you've been on my panel, you've basically just steamrolled through someone's conversation to tell everyone about your channel. It's not appreciated. So you can hang out if you want, but I'm not in the mood. And you're the one that distracted me. See, there he goes again. Whatever, you could I'll ignore him. Okay, so what I was saying, okay, and I remember Texas's assistance that they get from the federal government. If they were to secede, understand that doesn't mean that they wouldn't make deals with other states still.
If those states wanted to be on, the opposing side of the U.S. government, sure.
Nope. It would again. Why would it be opposed?
Why
you're
would they be opposed from
if Texas did if Texas seceded, that doesn't make them an enemy of the state, enemy of the federal government. It doesn't make them instant an enemy.
Why would it not?
Why would it?
Because they're succeeding. They're taking territory away from the U.S. It would be perceived as an attack.
Again, that's what the states are for. The states are showing that the federal government doesn't own any of the land. The state does. The federal government doesn't own any of Texas. There may be swaths of land that are protected by the federal government, but they don't know. They're not taking anything from or... No, that's not theirs. That's why we have states. To stop that from happening. It's to stop overreach.
Hold on, I'm reading something. Okay. I'm gonna post this in private, or do you want me to post it in the YouTube chat?
I post it in private, and I'll put it up. Right, something I can put up, right? Okay. It'll be easier if I do it this way. Okay, so what are we looking at?
All right, let me get down to where it's saying it. So, even if the legislator were to act on the New Republic Party proposal to put an independence referendum on the general election, it would not be legally valid. The legality of succeeding is the problem. Um, the Civil War played a very big role in establishing the power of the federal government and cementing that the federal government has the final say in these issues. Even before Texas formally rejoined the nation, the U.S. Supreme Court declared that succession had never been legal, and that even during the rebellion, Texas continued to be a state. And then it goes on to say, down at the very, very bottom, if there were any doubt remaining after this matter, the late Supreme Court Justice set it to rest when he was asked by a screenwriter in 2006 whether there was a legal basis for succession. His response, he wrote, was, "The answer is clear. If there was any constitutional issue resolved by the Civil War, it is that there is no right to succeed."
That seems like a contradiction from what I've always known.
But that's that rhetoric. That's what I'm saying. It is that lost cause rhetoric, and it is so deeply intertwined that people don't even realize that it's a form of indoctrination. Yeah, and like what Charlie said, there's federal land and military bases in every state, including Texas. So if Texas were to try to succeed, it would be considered a terroristic attack because they are trying to take land from the federal government.
Okay, in that case, wouldn't
And I will tell you, as a lifelong Texan, the one news source I will trust is the Texas Tribune.
okay, but see, I always thought, okay, so if that's the case, then see, I'm confused now. So wouldn't it be an act of terrorism in this case if the state kicks the federal government off that land?
Yes.
Okay, so then why aren't we at war with the United States right now for kicking them off the land in Texas border?
Because the Texas border is controlled by the state, not the federal.
No,
At
nope,
least the
nope, nope,
areas
nope,
that they're in, right?
nope, nope. No, there's the fun part. This is why I was saying what I was saying.
Let me
So
look it up.
so Texas is responsible technically for Texas. The federal government is responsible for that imaginary line that runs through the two places. What's happened now is the Texas what Texas did is block off the land that accesses the federal line. Under your definition of it, that it would be an act of terrorism then.
Okay, there's a political issue, is what this is saying. The federal government has broken the compact between the United States and Texas. Abbott said he invoked a novel theory that Texas is currently under invasion and thus has the right to self-defense. So under state legislation, with our definitions of what self-defense is, which is equal as much force as necessary to stop one's attacker on one's person or property, um, he's invoking his right to not have the federal government circumvent his state rights to self-defense.
Yeah, but see, this the thing. It's
So there's a policy, a political policy that needs to be dealt with before any kind of federal action can be taken. It has to go through the Supreme Courts before they can either penalize Abbott or start a war. Yeah. They're going, like what Charlie said, they're not going to waste that amount of money if they can come to a better conclusion. War is a last option thing in the federal government's mind, considering that we're already in a bunch of different wars as it is.
Yeah, that's a whole other issue, right? Let's give. The whole thing pisses me off. So like it's like when you really look into it and you go, why are we giving more money to help other countries than we give to help our own? Makes no fucking sense to me at all. Like at fucking all.
I agree. You're not going to get any fight from me here on that. I don't think that we should be funding Israel. I have felt like we have been funding Israel for far too long. I think it's stupid that we send the amount of money that we do over there just because it's a quote unquote religious holy land. Um, when we can't even take care of our own people here.
Yeah, I understand that. I did the numbers on this when I was irritated by it a long time ago. The the one just understand one of the foreign aid packages that went to Israel and Ukraine would have solved homelessness in the United States.
Yes.
Then I come to find out, and this was like recently. I was listening to a couple of podcasts, and I found out that like this with the immigration situation that's going on. Again, another foreign issue that they've put ahead of the people. There are all these states, what do you call them, sanctuary states that basically have taken large places, like in New York. I think it was a huge hotel. They've closed that down and now made it a place for the people that are immigrating here through this whole situation, giving them housing. Mind you, this place was shut down for to house the homeless people in New York because they passed a law saying that they can't ignore them anymore, that they have to house them. They shut that down, and now there's homeless people again, and the people that are immigrating here now are living there. I don't get how the fuck this is working right now. This is why I don't fucking vote. Because why would I vote someone in that then after I vote them in gets to do stupid shit like this? That's the biggest joke to me.
I love that Blue gets so triggered by me. I'm sorry, Blue.
You guys need to kiss and make up.
I'm trying. He don't want to.
You both. This is the funny part. I've been watching. I've been observing from afar. You both act like you guys want to stop. I see it. But then, like in the like one or two words within "I don't want to fight" sentence, there's like a little dig. It's not even like enough to poke skin, like to break the skin, but it's enough to go, "Hey, yeah, you're there."
I just assumed we were flirting this whole time.
Yeah, she has issues, Blue. This is all her. It's true. Like it's very true. Trust me. I've had many conversations in the background.
Don't pick fights with me, Blue, because I'm gonna assume it's flirting.
And she likes that shit. If you just tell her to shut the fuck up, it doesn't offend her. That's the problem. This one time I tried to end a conversation by telling her to shut the fuck up and leave me alone, and she like bothered me for like the rest of the day. It was weird.
That is not true. That's so mean.
See, she liked that. That was she. It sounded like she was offended, but never mind. I'm gonna shut up. Back to what we were saying, please. This is the live stream. You can't talk about that stuff here. Was I saying? Fuck. Oh, okay. I'm back. Yeah, but that's like one of those things that it confuses me. This is, and again, I'm gonna start pushing this a lot because I've been. I need you to start going to some of those links, even if you don't stay there. Just get an idea who the people
You
I'm
say
talking
you
to.
send me a bunch of links, Sean, but the only thing you've sent me recently, I'll look and see, because I think
I
I'm going crazy a rant.
Yes, that's oh,
And
okay, hang on. So
pictures of
that's
all those
so
fucking bodybuilders.
okay. Shut up. That's a secret. I got more for you. I'll send them later. Okay, stop. Focus, focus, focus. I forgot what I was saying again. Okay. Oh, the one I just that link. So there's a guy, a flat earther that I've been hanging out with. His name is not Chiquita. I didn't crush that. Exactly how you say it. I actually like the guy. We have a very different opinion on what we believe this earth to be, but he has a really down to earth way of being about himself. Like, he will tell me that I'm fucking wrong, right? Because he doesn't believe what I believe. But at the same time, he doesn't do it disrespectfully. He fucking super chill about it. And yeah, I sent you that link for a purpose. I'm not going to be detailed about it, but you're going to know exactly what I'm saying because I said it in the DM. And I make it very. And I don't do this like behind the scenes. I do this purposely for a reason. I have these conversations with flat earthers or conspiracy theorists, and I carry myself in a way like I know where the fuck I am. Like if I go to someone's panel, I'm not going to be the asshole who's irritated by anything, right? Because I'm at your fucking house. And I like to be on these panels hoping that Globers are seeing this so they get an understanding of how you can actually coexist with people and still say they're fucking wrong. It's very possible. And I brought it up because I like the style this guy has. I like the atmosphere of his panel and shit. And it's a good opportunity if you see me on the panels to understand that even with a different opinion, there is a way to coexist, and there is a way to respect someone's house, even if they don't believe what you believe. Because you wouldn't go to someone's house and just be an asshole the second they said something you don't like. But people do it every day. I want to get away from the internet warrior phase of things. The fuck are you putting in my chat?
I'm showing you the foreign assistance that we give.
Okay, yeah, it's too much. I know it is. Yeah, let me look at it. I said it's too much, like I already knew, but I don't really know. It's in the billions. It's a stupid amount of money. That's for damn sure.
70 billion across 210 countries.
That is fucking. And I think the number is like 39 billion to solve homelessness in the United States. And that's not fix it for a minute. That's solve it. That means housing, get them all jobs, make assistance programs so that anyone who does go homeless instantly isn't just living on the street. That's $39 billion. One time. It's not like a fucking a year thing. It's one time. Fucking so embarrassing to fucking have to realize that's how your country runs. Wait, did I say Gaza? Jesus, god damn. Israel were obligated to give $3.3 billion to. That has nothing to do with what's going on. That's just what we give them annually. Just, hey, Israel, here's your allowance. That is fucking insane. But it said Gaza in here.
Total aid from 1946 to 2024 is 300 billion to Israel.
That's fucking crazy. Don't worry, Gaza gets 150 million. Jesus Christ. Oh, why did you send me this link? Now I gotta know how much we're wasting. This is fucking insane. Why are we giving Afghanistan $1 billion? Jesus Christ. We're giving Ukraine $12.4 billion. That's insane to me. That makes no fucking sense. Have a good one, Blue. Why are we giving Russia $1 million? That stuff doesn't even make sense. That is insane. That doesn't make sense that we give all that money to them, but no, everyone else is way less. You would think it'd be like some type of even amount, something from some pool, but it's definitely going to specific countries considering what they want, what they need out of it. The disgusting part is it's not even the numbers that I'm looking at. It's the after every number, every time you look at a country, it says obligated.
Yeah, so before Blue left, he said something to me about like not knowing politics because I asserted the opinion that we are supporting Israel because of religious reasons. But I can tell you in full confidence as somebody who, you know, does read quite a bit, it that was the original intention. Advisors felt that creating a Jewish state was the only proper response to the Holocaust and would benefit American interests. That's what it says per Harriet S. Truman Library and Museum.gov. That is the rhetoric that they teach in the history books as of now. That is what primary source analysis has told us. There is religious backing as to why we fund Israel to the level that we do.
I think
So
it's
I just
I
wanted to say that real fast.
I don't like that we are funding religious wars. They are
I
different.
don't either.
They are completely different wars than we are having ourselves and funding. Because again, when you have a war means you have an end game. No one plans to have a war forever, except for a religious war. So there's a conflict of interest in just those two ideologies about how war is. That's why we were in fucking Afghanistan for 20 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the implications of us funding will be and this is going to be a stretch, but I think it's true. Is it going to be the catalyst to why China finally does invade Taiwan? Because I'm not sure if anyone fucking notices or not, but we're spending a lot of money, a lot of fucking military resources for places that we aren't even involved in. We're not even involved in Israel Gaza conflict. We're not involved in Ukraine Russia. I mean, we are, but we're not boots on the ground. But if China attacks Taiwan, we will be boots on the ground. And a lot of our fucking resources over the past couple of years are gone, completely gone. All the funding that we would fund to advancing in a war, gone. I think it's a strategic move. This is going to sound really weird, but I think that one thing I did see is that Trump was trying to dissolve that from happening, World War III from happening. Just in a few meetings alone, meeting with Putin, meeting with North Korea's leader, meeting with different diplomats of countries that we normally don't negotiate or deal with. I think that is in relations to what's going to happen with China. And people keep slouching on China like they're not a fucking military, but they got a fucking respectful navy, and they got something that we don't like. They have a different reason for what they're doing. They're not going there because they fucking don't like Taiwan. They rightfully think Taiwan is theirs. What is
So
this?
I just sent you a link to every instance of U.S. military involvement foreign. There's like 58 pages of it.
Jesus Christ. Thanks. Instances of use of United States Armed Forces abroad. 1798 through 2023. Damn. You know it's
Isn't
going to be
that
long.
terrible? 1798. Literally
That,
since conception, practically,
so
have we
that
been
one was.
involved in foreign policy.
So 1798 to 1800. Undeclared. Okay. Undeclared naval war with France. This contest included land actions such as that of the Dominican Republic, city of Plata, where the Marines captured French pioneers under the guns of the forts. Congress authorized military action through a series of statutes.
Yeah.
Ooh, that one's in bold. 1812 to 1815. War of 1812 on June. How many times are you going to say 1812? Jesus.
Well, that's the proper name for the war.
I know, but it's a lot. On June 18th, 1812, the United States declared war between the United States and the United Kingdom of Britain and Ireland. Among the issues leading to the war were British inception of neutral ships and blockages of the United States during British hostilities and with France. Let's get some more current times. Damn, there's a lot of shit going on before even the 1900s. I haven't even got to 1900s yet. There we go.
2000 is on page 22.
I'm on page 11 at the moment. Too far. Let's go to the... I want to see what they say about these recent ones. (2023) Europe. During January 13th through 19th, 2023, the United States 2nd Armored Brigade Combat Team. Where the fuck was this? Station in Fort Hood, Texas, arrived in a scheduled rotation deployment in support of DoD's Operation Atlantic Resolve, and offloaded more than 2,500 equipment items of port facilities located in Visselgen, the Netherlands. What the fuck war is happening there? Oh, Ukraine. Oh, that is so cute. That's cute. This is obviously the Ukraine war, but it doesn't say Ukraine anywhere in it. Because we can't be actually involved.
Yep. That's why it just says Europe.
Yeah. I just realized it. I was like, what am I reading? Like, we didn't go to war there. I want to see this. I want to know what Operation Atlantic Resolve. Oh, I'm probably sure. It's something resolving conflicts across the Atlantic Ocean. I bet. Never heard of it, but I bet I know it. That's what it is. Is a demonstration of continued U.S. Commitment to collectively secure through a series of actions designed to reassure NATO's allies. Yeah, that's all it is. I like that. Resolve. We're going to resolve this war by giving you all the fucking missiles you guys can handle.
Yep, pretty much.
I hate how they word stuff that's so disgusting. And I didn't know this. Zelensky isn't the president there anymore? I had no clue.
I hope he and his family are alive. That's all I gotta say.
Jesus Christ. Tex, what is wrong with you?
So much.
The fuck are you so angry for? Jesus Christ.
I'm not angry. I'm a very happy person. I just don't have a filter, apparently.
Yeah, but there are people without filters that like in response to that go, I like I like the Care Bears. Like that's a broken filter. What you portray through that broken filter is you. Just fucking say. Texas over here. It was an inch to the right. You couldn't do it right.
I stand by that statement.
That is not okay.
I mean, if you're gonna send us into a giant fuckery, at least do it proper.
I feel bad.
Why is it that when Carnivore posts a guillotine, everybody thinks it's cute and it's silly, but I post a guillotine and suddenly it's an issue?
For every reason that some of the people may have heard, but I know.
I wouldn't harm anybody on purpose.
Why did you say it like that?
Because that's how it needed to be said.
No, that was weird how you fucking said it. Where's Totoro? I wanted to fuck with him. I probably shouldn't say that. If I want to fuck with him and he's listening, he'll be like, oh, he's just fucking with me. But I am. It's fun. I want to push your beliefs. And besides, it's your fault I now think we live on a simulation, so you better fucking take me out of this wormhole. Get what I did there? I'm so supposed to be doing something. I don't want to fucking go.
Well, I guess we're done talking apparently.
Yeah. We
I think
have.
we're tuckered.
Yep. Oh, we did 2.5 hours. I'm happy. I'm very happy.
Two and a half hours is a long time for me to keep my attention on one thing, Sean.
And I appreciate that. You know, I always appreciate you being here. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up pretty quick. I don't even have a fucking rant for the end of this. Duffy, look into it. It's a thing. It's something to actually give a fuck about. I'm gonna look into it more. Like I said before, young Earth creation confuses me more than anything. Confuses me way more than fucking flat Earth does. So the Duffy thing, got that covered. Oh, the series will be coming. I think tomorrow. See, here's the thing. I don't know how I want to set this up. I'm thinking on the days that I don't live stream, I may do like a premiere of my old content. And then the next live stream, maybe like half the stream, or maybe, I don't know. See, that's the thing, because I don't want to take up a whole thing. I like the open panel thing where you do have the option to come up. So I'll figure that out. At least the first one will probably be half of a live stream of one of the live streams. You'll see it in the title that I'm doing it. But I think that's going to be a real fun idea. I think, and more than welcome to come up onto the panel and criticize Flat Earth Sean, because I will do it probably. But I think that's going to be fun. I think that'll be a good addition to this. Mainly because I was going through my channel and I went, damn, I have a lot of because so everyone understands, yes, I was an ex-Flat Earther if you were living under a rock and didn't know. But yeah, the most important thing is that none of my content, I didn't delete anything. My content from my very first live stream to this one, everything is there. It's not going to go anywhere. I'm proud of my journey through this. I'm proud of what I've accomplished in the understanding and the people I've met and the ways I've been able to learn these things. So some people can look at it like a negative. I look at Flat Earth like it was a fucking positive for me. So I'm very appreciative of it. Before, I don't want to talk your guys' ear off, and I didn't think I had anything to say, but apparently I did. So that will be coming soon, as soon as maybe tomorrow, hopefully. If I don't live stream tomorrow, what you'll see is a premiere of one of my Flat Earth. So no matter what, you guys see a premiere, know that that is going to be a Flat Earth Sean live stream, basically. I'll probably be able to stick around in the chat and everything and be able to talk to people through that. As for the setup, I'm probably going to stick with this, the YouTube, the StreamYard panel. I think it works out pretty damn good. And then with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Shit. What's up, Gary? What's up, Flatty? All right, let me get you guys your roles. Let me get your roles, Kruger, done here, because I do know who you are. Before I get out of here, I'll do this. What up, Gary? How you doing, sir? Long time no see. I wish you were so earlier, man. I could have jumped on the panel and had a little talk, but I am going to go ahead and get out of here. I can remove this. Yeah, got everything through. Flat Earth stuff. Been hanging out other places, trying to get some debates going, trying to get some discussions going. Yep, I think that's everything, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Tex. Always fun having conversation with you. You're my lifesaver, so I'm not sitting here talking to myself. Guys, the panel will be open. Jose, if you're still listening, man, I've talked to many people. Hopefully you do go live again. If not, hey, man, jump on the panel sometime and let's shoot the shit just about old times. Okay, that is it. This is here. All right, guys. Thank you. I appreciate you much. I will see you guys around. Peace.
Disagrees with experiment, it's wrong. And that simple statement is the key to science. It doesn't make a difference how beautiful your guess is. It doesn't make a difference how smart you are who made the guess or what his name is. If it disagrees with experiment, it's wrong.
Yeah, look, they said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, I've been on a what? Mission. Go. Okay, let's get it. Got a little time on my hands like a wristwatch. I don't got time for the breaks and a pit stop. Race through the gridlock, take it like Chris Rock. Right to the chin, still win. Heavy metals like Slipknot. Got the driving, I got tunnel vision. I just hit my stride the way I run the business. I've been making paper like I'm Dunder Mifflin. See the end game, I got one division. Look, I don't ever bother with a critic. Hit him with a chronicle of Riddick. Boom, bottle full of Ritalin. I hit him with a little bit of riddle me this, riddle me that. My bad, fell asleep at the gas. No time to wait though. Elon Musk, I'm trying to bankroll. New Tesla just cause I say so. Electric whip like Ivan Vanko. I just did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, I've been on a mission. Okay, let's get it.
I've been on a mission like totally spice. I'm bad, she bad, but she totally nice. Nails are blue and her toes feel like white. They completely match out at the soul for my leg. He knew it for sure, but he